Right, good evening everybody. Let's continue right where we left off before we were rudely interrupted by an empty battery. Battery should be charged again, so today's stream about to the same level I suppose, so we're looking at another 3, maybe 4 hours max, but that's all we have today, so I'm going to try and probably not succeed to not have long intros and outros. My weak point, one of them. I did finish up the reactor this morning. Was not much to do, I just added the offshore pump and found a way to connect the water through the inside, so it's still rotationally symmetric. The biter base is still the key element here. The green lights, they have to stay. If they go away, we get biters spawning. Technically not an issue unless they suddenly decide something is in the way, then they might start attacking stuff. I also added this thing over here, which is a work in progress. Man, these reactors are loud. All these steam engines. Let's tune it down a bit. There we go. That was the test basically. It can do 959 megawatts, 1 megawatt short of 960. Because there's a tiny... I guess we'll go over that when we build it. There's a tiny section where there is no fuel in the reactor when it's running at full speed. So it kind of blends in with the design that it's not quite actually 100% up to specification, so we'll keep it like that. We added a nice radar on this biter base, they don't mind. They don't mind this entire nuclear reactor in their backyard, they don't have this NIMBY effect here. They also don't have this not in my front yard effect, apparently. They are apparently just fine with walking on these heat pipes. Alright, so here we got the nuclear fuel set up. Everything is uncommon with uncommon efficiency modules. Because uncommon is the color of green. The green dots should be there. Technically we could make the machinery uncommon as well, that would maybe help. But yeah, we just need to bring in half belt of iron ore, half belt of uranium ore. And that will make both shiny rocks, as well as the iron plates that are required for the uranium fuel cells. But of course we don't get enough shiny green rocks. So this is like Coverix enrichment, which is also fed by uranium enrichment. And has some standard... The wiring has gotten a lot easier with being able to directly read machines and contents and crafting, and just stop the machine based on stuff from the circuit network. You no longer need to have elaborate systems to do that. And we added nuclear fuel reprocessing, which we did not research yet, so that's not going to be active, but that's also feeding in back into the system. And then we have a logistics network with 16 bots, because that's the amount of bots that is called upon every time. We are reading one reactor over here. I did it the old way. Basically take out the fuel cell if the temperature drops, instead of if the steam tank, which we don't have now, drops below a certain amount, because now we can just read temperature, which is nice. And then we insert whenever that other guy takes out the fuel cell, and that way we always burn up only one fuel cell at a time. I decided not to go with the accumulator thing. But yeah, right, we had a little bit of an accident in the base because of its editor mode, and we set some biters free, so half of my base is gone. But yeah, we decided not to go with the accumulator charge level. We'll just use up the fuel cells as we need them. And only once we go above 1 gigawatt we'll be using the accumulators again. So be it, it's fine. Right, so our job now is to actually build this in the real world somehow without... I want to keep these biter bases open, not even walled off if I can. So we'll see how that goes. This is the state of biters in the world. We claimed the area to here, but these are still free roaming, including the one over here. If I can, I'm gonna try to keep the worms alive as well, but that might be a tall order. It's gonna be a bit difficult to build since these worms will target the bots flying, and my bots are not particularly fast. So we might have to come up with some distraction strategies or something. It's probably not gonna really be possible. Anyway, I did blueprint that, so we are kind of ready to build it in the real world. I also blueprinted some mine designs which are not in this world. Like I made a blueprint for this mining patch over here because that's kind of a tedious task. This one over here. So that is how that's gonna look. All of the biter spawn points are still blocked, even though it doesn't look like it. And no biter spawn points are on any of these belts, so that can be our new stone mine, for instance. More beautiful than you remembered. Yeah, actually it turned out alright. It works very funny. So for those of you who didn't see yesterday's stream, the original idea was to just snake the steam pipe through the system because fluid flow is no longer a thing. So the fluid just instant transmissions to the end anyway. But then we had some rotational accidents and suddenly this connected to these steam pipes, which is technically not a problem because it just connects all 4 quadrants. But then we needed to fit roboports in there, which means we had to just deconstruct these 3 pipes over here, which disconnected the steam pipes again, but it's alright because these steam pipes now cover this entire area minus D6, but they still are connected to D6, so they are still somehow supplying the amount of steam turbines they were designed to do in some strange weird way, except it's now entirely different. But it works. If it's dumb and it works, they say it ain't dumb. I say it works. I won't say any other things. So let's yeah. Let's go. This is probably not a blueprint which I'm willing to share with my name attached to it. That is for sure. So yeah, plan for today is building that reactor somehow. At the moment it still looks very much impossible. This is the biter base, it needs to be centered around. And these bad boys are waiting for us. And I suppose we also want to do some more boring things, like make sure once we go to Vulcanus to build artillery and then go to Gleba and invade the planet and then build the Gleban science pack and 2000 SPM for purple science. All the time Norvis needs to keep on going. We already did copper and iron and most of coal last time by hooking up this extra mining patch. But I also have an extra extension for this one now. So we can basically mine up the entire patch and call it good. So I suppose we'll start with some of the more boring stuff. But let's start with, before we do the boring stuff, let's do some other interesting stuff. There is a couple additions to be made to this thing still over here. Was a stone situation. We don't have that much stone. We have a lot of bricks, some uncommon and some rare. We don't have an income of these because we only require these for walls. We're not making quality walls or quality stone bricks. So I was thinking I should add furnaces to make stone bricks on demand from far away, because currently I don't have a lot of them. Which is this little extension over here. There's some quality furnaces where we can request different qualities of stone. Suppose if I just throw a stack of construction bots in, they should build it for me. Look at that. I've got a real automated network now. The quality modules should come by itself as well. Take your time. There they come, finally. So we got some productivity in case we need to smelt rare quality stone, and quality if we decide to smelt uncommon quality stone. And we can just request it to these chests when we want to. So that is an addition. We've got construction bots in there. Let's see how well this works. Anyway, we've got an upgrade for the Johnny silo over here. Oh, of course. Oh no, that's not gonna go well. Oh, he was busy screaming instead of shooting, so that's nice. Okay, Johnny silo. Basically, we've got 2 beacons for it and upgraded modules, as well as some extra feed chests, which we'll have to hand feed ourselves because this is not connected to the actual rocket silo network. There's not much left except a bit of rocket fuel. Oh no, oh god, this is not gonna go well. Okay, the network is not extending to there, but I guess we need to connect it again. But then I cannot have construction bots in the network because the Johnnies definitely will shoot the construction bots, so that is not great. Alright, you know what? Let's bring all the construction bots here, I'll take them out again. Oh, they're waiting to charge. Alright, we can grab them then in a minute. So instead then I'll just grab the modules and beacons myself. Here comes the bots to bring me all the modules. Alright. Alright, so 0 construction bots in the network. We have to choose between the Johnnies and construction bots, so I think the Johnnies are gonna win then. I'll upgrade these myself, thank you very much. So now this silo is kinda speedy as well. And we can bring in some of this stuff manually, I suppose. There is no... I don't want to connect it to here because this is a nice compact network. These rockets get loaded quite quickly. So I'm just gonna hand ferry over some of this stuff. So here we go again. Somebody was complaining my streams had too much manual chest sorting. I cannot even disagree. So what do we need? Stack size 100, stack size 50. So 1 chest of blue chips, 1 chest of those, 2 chests of those. And then 5 chests of rocket fuel. So let's just run around like a madman and supply that. We'll start with the easy target. That should be enough of those. Alright, we need 2 trips for low density structures and then I think 5 trips for rocket fuel. And then that silo probably It's my emergency silo, so I don't really need to use it too often. I should really just grab rocket fuel on every trip. Alright, maybe not. Maybe just keep it quick. Too convoluted. 2 chests of those, minus 11 I suppose. Blue, just do it. No, yeah, that's the problem. Alright, at least we got a chest for that. I need to be ready to get out of there, so the bots don't steal my stuff. It's gotta be exactly the same. Hey, thanks Zinc5 for the 14 months of subscription. I think I missed somebody else as well. Thanks Chief Justice as well for the 14 months also. Could I use the construction bots to permanently draw Johnny fire? I don't think so. It would be very hard to pull off. Alright, so this silo is supplied for forever now. I think that should be exactly equal. And we got 2 rockets ready, 2 stuff in there. Alright. Nice. I was thinking we should put some requester chests on there, but I really don't, do I? I just need to... I can just request stuff to the silo itself by flicking this box. Will that work though? I don't want this silo to request stuff from over here and send it up to space. Namely blue chips and stuff. I think we got some normal blue chips in here as well. Okay, we got 200 of them. That might just be on my person. This is a separate network as well for the pet unloading. So this basically needs to connect to this network without connecting to the other network. That's our reading chests. Can put a robot right next to it. Yes, I can. Alright, so now the silo is connected. I think I can just switch this on demand. What are you doing? Ah, okay, that stuff. Alright. Okay, so that's Johnny's silo. I have one more upgrade, I think, and that is to reduce the power draw of these rocket silos. These are quite harsh. They do 33 megawatts each at the moment. These are a bit better, but it's still 22 or 26, and if all of them are launching at the same time, that's like 30% of my entire power grid for 1 gigawatt. So that sometimes has led to brownouts. So we've got the low power silo area. Looks like I need to move these beacons out of the way. Right, so that will slow down some of the silos. But instead of doing 30 something megawatts, it's now 12 megawatts. So it's like 1/3 the power cost. If all of them are launching now, it's gonna be like between 100 and 150 megawatts. So power is halved for these. Right, I think that's the last base upgrade I needed to do here. Right, now I'm gonna run into trouble. Maybe not, I have enough stuff, I think, to make the nuclear reactor. It is a one-time project. I think by the time we need to build another nuclear reactor on Novis, I think that's not gonna happen until we've beaten the game. And then we have fusion power. So I think I'm just gonna hand make the amount I need and call it good. I'm not gonna bother with quality, I just want everything in basic quality. And I think the first thing I'm going to encounter is I don't have any concrete. I might have a bit, but we need 8 reactors, so we've got an old area up here. Which I used to make refined concrete at some point. We cannot build in this chunk, so this area is not very nice looking anyway. I think I'll have to delete it anyway after we're done with it. I don't know why it's been up all this time, to be honest. It's so temporary that even this ugly power poles and splitting these inserters for some reason. So we just need some iron ore and bricks. Let's offset at least the place where it's inserted. Okay, that doesn't... Temporary. That doesn't work either. It has to be here. Temporary. I believe it. You believe it. We all believe it. I should have iron ore in the network, but I've got my buffer chest set up here specifically so I can request it. Iron ore over here. We've got a lot of that. And bricks. Got a lot of those as well. 9k. I guess we'll have to make 2 trips for the bricks anyway. Well, how much does fit in a chest anyway? It's a 1:5 ratio. So we can do 50 stacks. 50 stacks each. As long as I insert 1 stack of each, then we have 48 stacks remaining. So 9 stacks of these. And then we just need to fill the rest up with bricks, except these bricks are twice as stack sizey. So that doesn't work. Alright, then we can just fit it all in here, I think. We just need 2 rows of bricks then. 2k. No, we need I cannot do math anymore. 2500, 5 and 1. So we have 1k bricks, not enough. I knew I should have filled my trash slots. Okay, 1000 bricks, and that is running for the nuclear reactors. This running armor is too speedy for the base. Where am I even going? I'm going this way. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Right. Where is my stuff though? There is no efficiency modules in there. That's why I'm not switching them on, but okay. New concrete. That'll make it. I think I can bring over some quality assemblers. They will be... The inserters are faster than the assemblers can put away stuff now. I got those on me. We got modules as well. Let's bring those over. Don't think we need the superpower. Alright, let's use these. It's a temporary setup. There we go. And that's exactly the correct speed here. Alright. So now the power network should not go crazy. We only used a little bit of plastic. Apparently only 4 launches worth of plastic this time. It's because purple signs is off. Because artillery doesn't require purple signs, so we're not using a lot of plastic on Vulcanus. We're launching up 8,000. We only spent 8,000 then. So I suppose this guy also still has loads of plastics on board. Yeah, this guy didn't spend any... Okay, he's on his way to Vulcanus right now. Looks like I didn't really put that much thought into the ship setup. But it looks like the schedules haven't soft locked or grid locked yet. So if it's working, then just don't touch it, I suppose. Let's check on Vulcanus. How much plastics is in there? Yeah, we spent 370 plastics for making rocket parts, I suppose. So all of this is for purple signs mostly. Only a little bit of it is for rocket parts. And purple signs is idle. 5 hours to go to artillery. I guess the next stream will research it. Oh god, I need to hurry up then. We need to be ready. Alright, so this is going to keep producing for a bit. I think we're just going to request a chest in the blueprint we made. And then just see what we're missing. I'm gonna use my own requester chest here. Alright, so what do we need? That's a lot of stuff. It's probably more than fits. We don't have infinity pipes or electric energy interfaces in the real world, unfortunately. Landfill. I guess we can take out the stuff. That is complete. Alright, let's redo that. Alright, so power lines are complete. Belts complete. Modules complete. These complete. 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 Chest. We have all of those. Landfill. We have all of it. Pipes. We have all of it. We have all the pipe to grounds. We got the lights. Inserters. Guess those will have. We need to make one of these. We have those. This is all the nuclear parts. I think we're out of these power lines, except the ones I've got on me. 29. So I guess we've got them. Loaders, those don't exist either. 2 chemical plants. Other inserters, all of this stuff we don't have. Infinity chests, yeah, I wish. A furnace, that's the last thing which we have. Alright, a rare raider, I've got it on me. Personally, I think. So we got that one. I guess we'll be making this in uncommon quality. All of it, just for fun, because it's the nuclear power plant. Should I do the inserters in uncommon quality as well? I think so. I think everything on the nuclear plant should be uncommon quality. Alright. Let's bring it down here then. Alright, so this is all the stuff we need for the power plant. And then I can grab my inventory again. And throw it out here, I suppose. Alright. Rare centrifuges. We require concrete for that. Okay, looks like we're not doing that because we don't have uncommon concrete. I'm not gonna set it up then. Okay, we'll keep the blueprint as it is for simplicity's and speed's sake then. One regular assembly machine. I'll use a rare one. I haven't made any regular ones at all, so let's not start now. So that's a goner. Regular oil refinery. I think we have those in the museum. Maybe not. Okay, we'll just make one. Forgot what you actually need. Some of those, some of those, some of those. Pipes. It was bricks. It was bricks which I'm missing. Alright, we'll make one oil refinery. And we'll throw the rest in the trash slots again. Or actually, I should just throw it in here instead. Then I don't need to wait. Alright, we got the refinery. That is to make the petroleum gas. So we can make the sulfuric acid for the mining drill. Which is going to supply the uranium ore. Offshore pump. Four regular roboports. 3 centrifuges. Could... I mean, these are... I think this is just gonna stay as a museum piece as well, the uranium mine. Alright, so we need 4,000 concrete for those and 300 concrete for the centrifuges. I think the edited series is gonna catch up some pace. I finished up the episode. It's on Patreon now. It will come to YouTube next Friday. That's gonna be the last one, which is kind of a deep dive into something. And after that, we should be having some actual, just make a lot of progress without a lot of my explaining parts coming up. So that will be refreshing. Alright, centrifuge. The difficult component is concrete. We want regular quality stuff, so perhaps I can just do this. That's the perfect amount as well. That's gonna get delivered. Did I just override my... I just overridden my blueprint chest. That's alright though, we only have the actual reactor parts left after this. Can I control Z that? This is scary. I'm not sure that's part of the control Z queue. Oh, it is. Alright, that is nice. Alright, that's our centrifuges. Check. One big electric pool. Right. Of uncommon quality for some stupid meme stuff. What else does it need? 4 copper cable. And heat iron sticks, we gotta make those. Alright. There we go. There's a stupid power pole. Goes in there. And then it's truly only the reactor parts left. So I suppose we'll use a couple of these. Reactor, heat pipe, heat exchanger and steam turbine. Alright, that is 1, so we can just multiply it by 8. Except for the concrete, because we've got that. So that's not gonna fit, is it? Times 4 then. Alright, that will fit. Then we've got heat pipes. 180. $1,800 steel and 3,600 copper. There's also a 2-chester. I could just grab it myself. It would be faster, perhaps. Heat exchanger, I think it's 64 or 48? 96. Okay, 96. 960 steel and 960 pipes. We'll go with 1,000 each. And I'll grab the 10,000 copper myself. If I have it. Alright, that's a 10k copper. And then these things. Probably almost twice as many. 168. It's 8,400 gears, 8,400 pipes. Sorry, 8,400 copper. I am not sure I have enough copper just saved up over here. No, I don't. I just don't have enough regular copper anywhere. Right. Yeah, so. Looks like it's temporary foundry time. And I thought I wouldn't need any... I should have made everything uncommon. I got all the uncommon stuff. Except for the concrete, so it's annoying either way. Oh, I accidentally grabbed all the steel there. These things don't even need steel. Right, copper is gonna take the longest, so let's first make some foundry copper. Temporary. Minimap. Okay, we are allowed to build in this chunk, but not below. Copper plate. I'm gonna trust that this does not eat too much through my copper reserves. Alright. Now they make 4 a second. I guess temporarily we'll be doing this. Alright, we'll just keep an eye on that. That should make the copper we are missing fairly fast. So 8400, we need 8400 gears as well. I'll just pick them up if we have them. $8,400 gears. So this needs to be 4,200 copper as well. And then 3,300, actually 3,400 pipes. I'm not sure I have that many pipes even. No, we don't. I think all other pipes. I knew it and you knew it. I built the mall and we'll just keep on hand feeding. At least for singular projects like this one. I missed one. It's hard to hand feed when there's a slew of bots flying over everywhere. Alright, pipes. That should do it for the pipes. Apparently, maybe I should add regular quality ingredients to the bot mall as well. That's already half of the missing copper, I think. How is it going with the copper pipe level? Yeah, it's full still. Alright. So we're not eating up more than we can chew. Just a couple hundred more. Alright, I think we can just start with the great hand feeding or hand crafting. We need 4K concrete, I have that. Let's go first for the reactors then. 4K concrete, 4K steel, 4K red chips. And gears, I missed the gears. Another 4K gears. I think I only have these because of the old belt mall. I'm also not actually gaining these. And I just filled up this chest again. Oh, copper. I lost track, man. I've officially lost track. I don't think I have the copper for the reactors taken into account. And what do I not need? I don't need gears, do I? Yeah, we don't need the gears. We need copper. Alright. So we are ready then to make the reactors. In which we are not even gonna hand feed those, we're just straight up handcrafting those. I'm gonna handcraft the entire nuclear plant. I think. Hey, that's actually one of the milestones. First nuclear reactor. 424 hours in the power section over here. 100 hours to solar panels, 200 hours to accumulators, 400 hours to nuclear reactor. I hope that doesn't mean 800 hours to fusion power. Alright, I got distracted. Alright, we are making the nuclear plant. Alright, then the heat pipes. 180 of those. It's 1800 and 3600. I guess this should work. 3 minutes for the heat pipes. I did not prepare this well. Alright. Then the 96 heat exchangers. Nope. 96 heat exchangers. Okay, we're out of pipes here as well. Now we gotta request them from buffer chests, I suppose. Ah, that was the massive copper drop there. 4200 and 4200. Alright. So we'll do that in 2 parts, I suppose. That's... I'm confused. $168, 84 and 84. Looks like we're doing these first. 84. And 84. There we go, 168. Times 3 seconds, that's 5 minutes. Barely an inconvenience. And then these things, that's 9600 copper, and that's what we are waiting for right now. This is all my remaining copper. And these are then the... yeah, that's the steel and pipes required for those. So we're basically done. We just need to grab the copper. And then we have all of these components. And I'm pretty sure the copper is not ready yet. I mean, I do have 475,000 uncommon copper, but unfortunately you cannot substitute that for regular copper. Alright, 5400. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7,000. We needed 9,600, I think. But we can do the first 48. I suppose. And then we just need to fill up this chest for the second half. 48. And 48. Alright. That's the entire nuclear plant. Including the landfill. We might want to take a little bit more landfill. I'm not entirely sure if that is correct. We also need, what else do we need? We need a mining drill, 2 of them, one for iron, one for uranium ore. I guess we'll make some starter fuel cells, like at least 100 per reactor, so 800 of those. What do we need for 2000 fuel cells? That is 250 per reactor. That should be a good start until... And then we can see if we produce enough from that setup, because it's untested. That's 200 uranium-235. And then I guess 7800 uranium-238. We have the inventory space to do that. So first grab out of the nuclear box right here. We do indeed have plenty of this, even without Covarex. It's still stuck on 69. So yeah, I'm gonna grab 2 stacks of those and then 78 stacks of regular gold uranium. 277k we've got. 48. $58, $60, $70, $78. And then we need to match that with 4000 iron. I don't think we can handcraft those. We can handcraft those, okay. But we're not going to. It would be funny, but that's quite a long crafting time. That's 2000 seconds of handcrafting, so that's kinda is too much. uh, 5, 20, 40 assemblers. I'll just throw in a full stack of iron. I think we'll do that once more. And then we'll have our 2000 starter fuel cells. Alright, sorry about that. Did I grab just too much? Looks like it. That's already 2k fuel cells. Okay, I just grabbed twice too much uranium. How is it going? 1.5 million. Okay, we've gone down from like over 2 million to 1.5 million now. So that will save us a whole bunch of chest space. We still have more iron. And uranium in here. Alright. I'll bring it back up there. Quality is coming in. Find productivity because it's probably the cheapest resource in the game. So I don't even want to bother. Right, the rest of the copper is probably done. The copper is still full. There we go, 6k. I'll just leave it on for a bit so we have some copper for future projects as well if we need it. There's nothing that really requires a lot of copper except for building a nuclear reactor, so it's alright. And this is the last bits. Alright, and that's the entire nuclear reactor handcrafted. We probably cannot take all of the stuff and whatever we are carrying on us at the same time. That's an inventory all by itself. We also need to set up some military stuff. Let's look at that area in general. So I'm planning to mine from this iron patch, maybe this iron patch I suppose, and this uranium patch. Maybe I'll mine from these two since they're close together. We need to neutralize this biter expansion which popped in at some point. And I have no idea how we're gonna do that. We need to bring some of those laser turrets. We might make an adapted blueprint which ignores the worms and hope they keep busy shooting at laser turrets which are not shooting back, and then the bots can replace those while we build a nuclear plant, something like that. It's gonna be a bit tricky. I'm not sure we're gonna succeed. If it's too hard, we'll just kill the worms, and but it would be quite fun to have the worms survive as well. But we won't, this biter base won't be in the way. I cannot see this area. Okay, the stuff is there. Alright, so I have some blueprints of belts there. I cannot upgrade them either. That's unfortunate. So I know where to not place laser turrets. I think maybe the first order of business is just taking some of the laser turrets. Armor. I'm just gonna keep that in here. We're gonna take some of the raiders, our bots, some chests. Then we're gonna take some of these military supplies. I probably don't want to use my own bots actually. We'll swap them out for these guys. We might need some repair packs to fix things back up. I don't think we're gonna... Do I need the larger Roboport area? I probably don't. I can stay well out of Behemoth worm range already. I'm gonna take it, because I don't know, it might come in clutch. Take 1,000 laser turrets and a couple power lines. That should be good enough to do something over there. And we want to make a copy of this blueprint. I'll put it here. This one will ignore worms. So they all basically have the same priority list then, which is, I guess, is fine. Right, so now if I use this one, I can build things which kill biters, but not bases and not worms either. They will get a lot destroyed a lot. So perhaps I should spread them out a bit better for this blueprint. Maybe we'll have to do something different. Hopefully that's spread out enough to, if a behemoth worm targets one, that the splash damage won't damage the other ones. But it might not be, but we'll try this. That's not tileable anymore though. Yeah, that's not tileable anymore. Alright, then I'll just make an entirely new one, I suppose. Alright. Okay, that seems better. Alright, and then hopefully we can carry most of the power plant over. The handcrafting has already finished during all of this. Alright. So nuclear power plant. All of the stuff we need. We need some more landfill. All of the stuff we need to build it. I don't have logistics on, right? No, okay, that's good. All of the stuff we need to build it. And the fuel cells. I have to grab those last, I think. And this is my regular inventory, alright. Let's grab a little bit more landfill. And then I just have to hope to outspeed the bots. Okay, I think I did it. Alright. on the way to secure area. I think we need to... Do we need to come back one more time? Yeah, I think we do. Okay. We're not gonna assault them just yet, I suppose. Where do I even go? I need to walk around that water somehow. I cannot go through here. That is blocked. I gotta go all the way around the north side. So, alright. We'll go around the north side. It's gonna be a toasty biter base, yes. I don't have uncommon concrete. I didn't want to bother with it. In hindsight, maybe it was easier to make uncommon concrete and then just not have to deal with me not having any regular resources in stock. But oh well. Right, we're getting in enemy territory, so I need to... wait a bit. I did bring construction bots, just the uncommon quality ones. Alright, so this biter base over here, this expansion has been in the way for a while, and I realize I did not bring power over. So I have to go back. The nearest power is over here. Alright, so this we want to do with the regular laser turret thing. There's behemoth worms in there. Whoa. Only 2 of them. Those are quite resistant to the laser turrets, so not sure how that's gonna go, but... I don't really have a space to build a backline. It's just gonna go... we're just gonna go straight in. Alright. Wish me luck. This save, yes, is a sign of my confidence in this operation. Forgot to put away the repair packs. As usual. I didn't bring any walls either to secure any biter bases. I didn't bring any walls to secure biter bases. So we need the pipes for the plant. That is a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. So that means we're running back then. Do I bring my inventory then? I guess I do. This was all in the plan. The walls were part of the second hole, of course. My plant is gonna be over here. Now we can upgrade these bells. So we won't actually be able to build them. So the nuclear plant is gonna be as such. So that's good enough, I think. And I know where to build the laser turrets. Alright. Chests. Fuel cells. The nuclear plant. And everything else, I suppose. Like that. I would just, I guess do I bring my own inventory? I think I do. My own inventory and some walls. Hydrate, that's a great plan. There's pipes on the floors. I could have picked those up, yeah. But it was all part of the master plan, of course. We needed to go pick up our inventory anyway, so it was a plan all along that the walls would be in the second part. You don't need that many. Let's just take 1,000 or something. We're gonna lose a lot of laser turrets, but not 1,000, I think. Yikes, it's not gonna fit. It is gonna fit. Where's my bots though? Those are down here. Still. Sure, let's go back. Almost at 1,000,000 signs. How much yellow is left? 344k. I think we're going to be slightly short by the end of it. Maybe not. We're producing 500 SPM as well, so if we get the lab discount, maybe it's alright. I need logistics bots. Great. That is indeed very true. 16 of them. I'm just going to take those out of the network. I've got too many in them anyway. The 3,000 bots which were in there were just for the mass movement. We're still like having 2,200 active bots, man. Maybe I should research that cargo upgrade with purple signs as well. The last one takes yellow signs though. I don't know if that's worth it just for having less bots active over here. Come to daddy. Where are they anyway? They are on the way. They don't want to come. They're coming from the other side of the world or something. Never mind. I'll find a roboport with some bots. Like this one. "16 bots. And none of those are gonna get destroyed. Alright, thanks Jeroen. That was that saved me another trip. Half trip. Most of a trip. Let's call it most of a trip. Keep forgetting this North Sea shape. It goes all the way back again. Like the real North Sea on the Netherlands. Alright. Let's block these guys off once and for all. Alright, nice. That was the easy part. Oh, okay, we can throw some stuff in the trash slot, like... I think we need to throw even more. Alright, I don't think we've got damaged stuff in the inventory. So now we just need to get all the way out here. I'm keeping it slow now because we're in the danger zone. I have no idea how I'm even gonna attempt this. It would be easy if I just shoot the worms. If I don't shoot the worms, I gotta be fast. So let's throw away my own inventory. That's gonna take a little bit of time. All of those. Those, I suppose. Pumps. I don't have any pumps. This is part of the reactor. Guess this is just what I happen to have on me. Then there's all kinds of machinery and modules, right? It's easy. A bunch of craftables. Alright, this is all the military stuff. So this is the normal inventory, this is the power plant with the landfill. I've got my bots. So I come back over here to pick that up then. I think I need to I need a 2-part blueprint for this. Because I'm going to have to this base is going to need to be blocked off and it needs laser turrets inside. Right. That is what we want. I think the first order of business is just get rid of all the forests and get the landfill place down. While distracting the biters. Then I don't need to think yet what needs to go where. And it's a nice practice session. So let me get the Ghostbusters. I guess I'll make a new one. Because I want the tiles to keep existing. Entity ghost. I should have none of that stuff in my inventory. So I really don't need to keep those belts around. Why is this? Wait, what? There's a lot of stuff left still. Alright. Ghosts have quality these days. We got rainbow ghosts now. Alright, that'll do it. That's all the forests. I'm gonna need one of my raiders up here. So perhaps I'll put a raider here for now. So we can see what's going on a bit better. Get the nature heater out there, will get rid of... I guess those trees actually were looking alright. I think we want to keep the trees as much as possible actually. For pollution absorption reasons, since these biter bases are going to be here. And we do have a tiny section which will produce pollution, even though the plant itself doesn't. These machineries will. And the biters are pretty close by. Alright, so I will need my landfill in a chest. Not on me just yet. The bots are gonna fly out to pick up all the trees though, so that's kinda bad. The moment I switch on the roboport. So I guess I do want to have the landfill on me as well then? No, I don't. The landfill is way closer to these scary behemoth worms. Now we need to use this one. But this is not gonna go well. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't think it's possible to keep the worms. We just need to keep the worms shooting at stuff. That's the whole idea. I think that should do it. Those won't come into play right now. There's big worms in here, but there's behemoths in there. Those guys are the scariest. They have the range. They have this range. So as long as I don't enter the second half of this chunk, I should be alright. We do need to neutralize the biters in this base here, which spawn. We can do that with one of those as well, I suppose. And that's all gonna be built immediately. Alright. It's getting night. This is a daytime operation though. This is not one of those sneaky nighttime operations. So let's just rehearse this. I go in, switch on the roboport, the bots will hopefully prioritize placing the laser turrets. I need more laser turrets in there. There's a lot of behemoth biters as well. Alright. I come in with my laser with the bots. I enable the bots. The bots will not place the landfill. They will start picking up the trees. Maybe I should make sure I can deploy more bots at a time. I can just use my battery bank for a bit. I actually do not want to use my good bots, but rather the disposable ones. I don't have a great idea for the second half of the plan. Let's save here and think about it. It's now just daytime, so nuclear operation. Alright. So let's assume this goes well. And we get the laser turrets up. The behemoth worms are distracted by the laser turrets and keep shooting those. Then I need to somehow build this. Which means those laser turrets need to be in very different locations. So the plan is inherently flawed already. I do need to get in there somehow. But I suppose we need even more. I will have to just manually build those as I go along, I suppose. Could be some behemoth worms in here as well. But then I need to build everything out of here. Out of this line. So around the edge, I suppose, a bit. We'll just give it a try. I think that's the best way. This is uncharted territory. This contraption is a nuclear reactor, a very normal one. You get a neighbor bonus from biter bases. That should be an... Somebody is making a meme mod about all the stupid stuff I do. I think it should... One of the additions should be that biter bases provide neighbor bonus to nuclear reactors. That should be added off if this goes successful, I suppose. Right, let's try. Okay, that places the first. Lasers. The nest is saved. We are getting shot at. Alright, now just place everything. We'll wait for the bots to recharge. Oh, that's bad. It could be worse. Alright, now we switch off the roboport. Grab the landfill. Switch on the roboport. It's not going too bad. Alright. Then we need to extend this kind of. Oh no, wrong one, wrong one. No, failed. Alright, I put down the wrong blueprint for that one. I mean, we didn't fail the challenge technically. But then we should do something like this, I suppose. Something over here as well. Let's just keep practicing. Just however many laser turrets it takes to keep him distracted. And we should also make sure that stuff stays powered. Then we deconstruct that. These guys now get to spawn. Right? But that's not great. Right, switch off the roboport for now. Lots of losses, but then we grab the nuclear plant. This might be doable if I didn't mess up with the turrets. Now comes the hard part though. Can I just do this? That is probably a tall order. Alright. As you see, maybe I should use the sweep building technique to get this done. I somehow need to retreat with my laser turrets as well after it's all done. I probably should get rid of my laser turrets in the inventory at this point. Okay, this is not great. But this base should be blocked at this point. Alright. I'm gonna die. It looks like it's possible. Something like that. I can retreat all the way. Alright, there's a slight issue. I need to get rid of my repair packs. I need to get rid of the laser turrets. And I need to somehow slowly lure the biters out. So they don't start attacking the nuclear plant here. Especially I did not bring any backups for stuff. And this is not blocked off apparently. Because I'm missing requester chest and assembly machine. I'm missing the requester chest and those are used to block off the biters there. Alright. I think we can do that. We might need a couple more tries. So what if I try to do it smarter, if I just go in from around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. Why don't I have enough requester chests though? Okay, we have 6. I can make 2 more. Sure, this is all inventory. Please tell me I have it. I have it. Alright. That's the 8. That is what we were missing, as well as the 1 assembler. I guess we're using this one. It's not blocking the biter, so we can manually do that later. That's fine. So, do I want repair packs in general then? I don't think I do. And I gotta get rid of the laser turrets when I go out. It's gonna take another night before we did do this successfully. Alright, so technically... let's get rid of the laser turrets. I mean, I can do it in 2 sessions. Just retreat after the forests are gone. Let's try to keep those guys not involved. We'll just let this get destroyed. Oh. I think I'm gonna do it in 2 sessions. I'm gonna do this, put the landfill down, delete the trees and retreat. And then we'll do the second loop around like that. Loop around stage 2. That's landfill tree stage 1. Then loop around stage 2. Something like that. This is probably for real. So let's try it out. Yeah, I've already messed up. I should have gone at least this far so all the laser turrets got placed. Alright, now we're gonna walk in Behemoth Worm range. So let's walk in. Okay, those are gone. I go back to take the landfill now. And the landfill will get placed. Alright. And we'll let that get blown up. We might be able to save some of that. Alright, stage 1. Can they go back? Sure. We might want that back line with a little bit of defensive power in the back here. Alright, we'll throw away the damaged turret as well. That was stage 1. Technically, that was easy. That was the easy stage. Technically, if I do this, nothing should happen. Alright, I'm just gonna walk in to see if no bots fly out. Alright, come all have a bite then. Okay, no bots flew out. So I can leave that in place. Okay, so I have a radar on me. So I gotta snip out the radar there, alright? That's okay, then I can make a plan. Switch off the roboport, the new laser turrets. Do I want to keep those trees? I think I want to get rid of these trees anyway. Alright, we'll put that at the back. That's gonna trigger these biters, I hope. One at a time. Yeah, that not sure if that's in range. I should have brought some rare laser turrets here. But it's gonna be okay though. They like to spawn on that side though, which is not great. But sure. If I stand close by enough, maybe they'll trigger. If a behemoth comes though, he might not die fast enough. Okay, I gotta wait for a behemoth, then I have 30 seconds of time. There we go. So that guy might chew me up. I want something which is easy to retreat, so I guess we'll have to sacrifice some of the forest back here. I'm gonna try just going the long way around, hoping that all the fire keeps going up. Oh, my roboport was still on. It's off now. I hope that's heavy enough. Okay, behemoth is there. I think we're gonna go for it. Stupid sub-challenges. I used the wrong blueprint again? It doesn't look like it. Okay, I'm procrastinating. Let's go. So we go in. I'm gonna load that to have more daylight. So we're gonna go in. This is connected, right? It is in fact not connected. Now it is. The laser doors are gonna die. That's fine. I gotta come make the loop. Walk back. Put away the laser turrets, the rest of them. Pick up the reactor, which is all the way over there. I'm not gonna move that though, it's fine. Yeah, okay, I think I got it. On the back line. The back line, okay, the back line is out of range of any nests or worms anyway, so this is just a more dense laser formation than the one I have up there. Alright. That's placing a whole lot of turrets at once. I'm just gonna hope the worms ignore me. Alright. Of course. Oh, come on. Switch off the bots. Away with the laser turrets. Hello, nuclear plant. including some of the fuel cells, but not all. And we hope for the best. Okay, we got a couple guys shooting at the bots. And one of the reactors is destroyed. So that didn't go well. At least it didn't super explode. Alright, so yeah. I gotta have something more close by this base. And I got to have something in range of these worms more better. Alright. One more attempt. I think one more attempt and we're gonna have it. So I can delete this for now. And instead we can have some laser turrets in there, which shoot all the time. Alright, that's better, I think. That I will hopefully shoot everything before any nuclear reactor can explode. We've got to have some stuff for these other guys to shoot as well. Wrong blueprint again. So the more stuff there is, the better. We can afford to let all of this get destroyed. That will hopefully keep the small worms busy as well. We can maybe put a couple unpowered turrets here as well, just for extra distraction. All right. Attempt number 3. Let me put do I even need to, yeah, I need to prime them with 1 fuel cell each, actually. That's all. So those have got to be in this chest over here. Alright, let's not waste daylight. Right, save it here, in case we need another attempt. Sure. I forgot about these things not being connected. Alright, that is not ideal. We have to fix that before we go in. That's like, I don't know why. It's like they try to betray you, man. What the heck is going on with that? So many power lines and somehow they don't make a connection. Okay, I guess it's getting night again. This actually could trigger biters, which then can attack the rest of the stuff. It's maybe not a great plan. Alright, if we have to wait for daylight, I will put those chests closer by. Yes, including the bots. Bring the chest as well so I can put it away. Alright, so just grab those. And we should be good. And the first power line, yes. The biggest problem is here, these behemoth worms. There's a lot of worms here. They shoot a lot of stuff very quickly. So I'll make this a bit denser. We'll trigger these guys, but so be it. Okay, night is almost over, judging by this gap. So it should get daylight as we move along. Let's go then. Attempt 4. If this was a hardcore playthrough, I would never do these kind of things. I'm faster than my bots. That's much better. Yes. Switch off the roboport now. Let me out of here first. Yeah, grab the bots. Took the time to grab the bots. Put away the laser turrets. Grab the power plant. Hope for the best. Should have also gotten rid of the power poles. That is looking good. Plant seems to be up. Do I dare to reclaim? This is a bad plan. I have no idea where the asset lays. But I gotta calm down the biters. Somehow. Don't go. No, don't. I knew that was a bad plan. That's still how damaging that behemoth worm spit is. We got the biters going in there. How do I prevent that though? How do I prevent those biters from attacking? think I can do it. I just gotta destroy... Just gotta leave a little bit of turrets up here. Just hope to find a good moment, really. Try to trigger the rest on me. Okay, the biters are calm there. Biters are calm. Just this spitter needs to not get any ideas. Come on, Pathfind already. Alright, good, good, good. Alright, that's what we want. Oh, he might not make it. He made it! Alright, the raider is there as well. What gets destroyed there? The power line, oh no. Alright, stuff is up. The raider is damaged, but it is up. As long as I don't take repair packs, we should be okay. Keep retreating. While trying not to anger. Behemoth Worm in there, that guy could insta-kill me as well. Oh man. Right. Spitter has calmed down. I think everything is calm. Alright, so why are these guys still on high alert? These laser turrets, I suppose. This biter base is not spawning any biters anymore. I might have to anti-expansion this area a bit better, so these biters don't try to pathfind through the nuclear reactor after this is all said and done. Okay, we've got a damaged pipe there. I mean, sure, we'll have a damaged nuclear reactor here. I gotta be absolutely sure to not make repair packs. What's the temperature? 15 degrees. I forgot to prime the reactor. I think I can get in close enough. That's gonna take 200 seconds. The rest can be done by bots, theoretically. I've got this guy over here. We've got this one with the recipe that is not yet unlocked. And this is very unfriendly to walk out here. I didn't think that through. So these laser turrets can go. Ah, the raider is mislocated, but we'll take it. Okay, that is that. I think the entire reactor is up now. Ooh. Not enough repair packs. Ah, we got alerts for those. Oh. Dang it. Is the radar out of reach then? No. Okay, so the radar should get a message as well, but it's not on the list. Okay, I got a plan. I'm not saying it's a good plan. I need my normal inventory chest. Alright. I have no idea why the radar is not showing up in the list since it's in range of the roboport here. Maybe because there's no construction bots in there, I don't know. So then we won't get those remarks. This does not exist, this does not exist, this does not exist. It is actually just a reminder that I need to build this somewhere. Get the provocative stuff out of there. Oh, there we go. What the heck? And I need to prime it again. Thanks, achievement. Why is it producing power though? To charge accumulators. Whoa, look at that slope instead of this one. Nice. Okay, so we are at 500 degrees. But I haven't put the bots in the network yet. It means we need to prime it with yet another one. That's gonna send it to 1000 degrees. That's very scary. Because that's the time when these things go boom. Fine, this time they won't take out the fuel cell because the temperature will be over 666 degrees. Very randomly chosen number. So the next time they'll wait for the bots to actually put in the fuel cells. So I guess that's the next step. Is to... Man, this chest is in the way, man. I guess I could put it somewhere better. Like here. We'll do that. Because that is very annoying. If it was a short inserter, I could get through. Alright. Fuel cells. I think we're almost there. Oh no. Alright, it's just in this area. This nest is compromised. Okay, he goes inactive. That's good. Slowly starting to show its cracks and break apart here and there, but sure. Alright, so eventually all of these go in there. And this is gonna make more of them, but we have 2,000 to start with. Now we just need to put the logistics bots in the network, and we should be good. This is the dumbest nuclear reactor I've ever built. Alright, so we're not inserting fuel cells, because we are not holding one, and we are not holding one because the temperature is above this 666 degrees. Even when the reactor runs out, it will just go idle. So it's a kind of a fuel saving model. It doesn't just burn, it only burns when needed. Ah, sound is gone. On the Twitch side. Temporary sound link for Twitch. Link to the YouTube. I'll just admire the view a bit. Yeah, we do get the repair pack thing. Maybe it's just because my own roboport is on. Let's see if it goes away. Okay, it does go away, so there's no bots in the network. The reactors have run out of fuel. It's working. We are not inputting fuel. So we are no longer using the accumulators. Well, a little bit, because we only produce... okay. Ah, solar is kicking in again. I think, why is it slowing down? We produce 960 megawatts. A bit more, I suppose, with the extra turbines, but the base uses a little bit more, so we will be... And now it's just a matter of getting out of here so these biters stop walking around. Because if I'm far away, they just freeze in place like these guys. They just don't walk, and if they don't walk, they don't think something is in the way, unless they have a reason to. The expansion group joining a nearby nest is a reason, but generally they will just stay frozen. And the worms go back to sleep. Can I wake the worms if I do this? That's too far. Do I have a 2x2 space in here? Don't think I do. Just to keep the worms awake. That disconnects stuff. Power lines are all necessary. It's really a ticking time bomb, yeah, NIMBY. The biters don't mind. I want to keep the worms awake. I can sacrifice a roboport, but that breaks the symmetry. What if I just place one on the water over here? I gotta be careful. It's gotta be one of those which don't shoot worms, just in case. And they have to be, they should not be able to shoot it. I think if I put it on the lake somewhere over here. Let's try that. This is a dumb idea again, so oh, that might trigger. That is too close. That might trigger the biters themselves. Right, how about just at the end of the last reactor then instead? That should be good, I think. It is not powered. Which is unfortunate. Let's try that. That's also not powered. Of course. Okay, so we gotta align it then with this thing over here. And upgrade the power line. Oh, this was an undertaking. A bit more of a waste of time than I originally intended. Okay, now we're gonna power it. Shouldn't change things too much. So now if we go away, the worms stay awake. The biters should still go to sleep if we are far enough out. Right, temperature 720 degrees, fuel cell is spent. And now it's getting night, so we start to spend heat again. Right. This is good stuff. I especially like this radar over here. Okay, let's not F around too much anymore. I think we're done. Done with plant. Now we've built a time bomb though. If this thing ever gets attacked for any reason at all, it might just blow up this biter base and then we'll fail. So we have a incentive to get back here as quickly as possible to unlock the achievement after artillery is done. Do the repair thing. Oh wait, the repair thing is dangerous. I think we're far enough out. Alright. So it's connected to the base already, but technically it doesn't need to be. So this just switches it off, I suppose. We just have to make this somewhere else. That was just a placeholder. Alright. Curious if you can carry everything. No. Alright. This and all the repair packs have to go in the trash slots for sure. I still cannot carry everything. 3 stacks. Sure. Guess we'll throw the fish back in the lake here then. Some landfill. Alright, so we gotta find a better way to bring this power back than what we did right now. Perhaps just a power line next to the water, but not convinced. Maybe we'll just go down and over this island to connect it to here. That would be okay. Because I don't really like... I like to keep this clear. This is not our territory. Apparently this is now. Yeah, I have to not waste time here. Not too much at least. Let's just go away for a bit. And see if the biters actually stop moving. Is this far enough yet? Yes, it does seem to be far enough. Biters are all frozen. And attached to their nests. Nobody is attached to this nest, which is good. We are far enough out that failed expansion groups are not a thing. Everything is reachable. As long as I can pathfind around, which is a bit dangerous. So these values gotta be pretty low. They're all below 0.01 significantly. So that's already good. So we won't get any groups from here trying to settle over here. That's pretty decent. There should be a lot higher values everywhere on the map still, like here. Well, there's actually not that many higher values on the map. But it would be pretty unlucky if that got destroyed. What about the other way? Like these land chunks, those are pretty likely to get chosen for expansion. And if these biters then send a group out there, they're gonna chew through the nuclear plant. So that is bad. But well, some of these biters get selected to make an expansion here if that happens. There's not much else we can do about that. Apart from, of course, neutralizing the biters, like a normal person. Is sound back yet? We got helium mic, crispy, refresh. Okay, sound is back. Symbol of luck. Right. One second, please. Alright, battery is still okay, just had a quick check. Alright, so I guess we will try to supply it now. It's not really necessary to do that right away. Such a stupid reactor. Anyway. So now we won't be spending fuel cells until we actually connect it. So we've got that part. I'm gonna need to come back with more equipment anyway, but we can maybe try to design it at least. Alright, so I got in my blueprint one furnace for iron ore. I think it takes 1.6 seconds to smelt one, so a single mining drill is already way over the top too powerful here. Let's try to find the sickest point, 2.2 million. And we'll just plop some efficiencies in there. We can maybe run it on solar. An isolated solar network. I know I've got everything at home, but I want to make it self-sustained. Is there no higher mining? Ah, there's 200% mining time. Why does it tell me like 1.5 per second? Alright. This one does 3 a second. At what ratio do we need them? We need way more uranium than we need iron. But I guess this entire nuclear reactor is now just powering the single raider over here. And a couple roboports. That's literally half of the power draw. Inserters. I'm limited by a regular inserter, which is 0.83 a second. So I don't need to mine more than 0.83 a second. Okay, so one miner on uranium is sufficient as well. So I guess I'll just put that on the richest part as well. 1.7. Somewhere over here. But this thing needs sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is going to come back with a pipe from over here. And this should be petroleum gas. I think I got a blueprint for the pipe stuff. Always forget that I do. We have to grab some oil from here. I think we can do it without neutralizing the biter base if the chunks align right. Oil has to go in an oil refinery, and that has to go into this pipe. And then the sulfuric acid comes back to this mining patch over here. That is going to be the top pipe. See if that goes. It doesn't. But I guess we can lift that up. The real question is what's going to happen here. Guess we can walk in already. We don't have that many undergrounds, but sure. Let's try to figure out this part. The oil has to come down, so the bottom pipe is gone. Bottom pipe should be gone at this point. It's kinda sad because the bottom pipe does fit. There's no good way to really switch that around though, so I suppose we'll have to switch over to bottom pipe anyway. Okay, where's the chunks? Oh, that is not great, because the biter base is in the chunk directly adjacent to the oil. At least it's not in the same chunk. We can definitely pump one pump jack worth of oil from this chunk. But which one is the richest? Probably the one closest to the top. 25, it's this one. It should not trigger anything. How does this align if we underground pipe it out? Okay, it comes out over here, which is fine, I suppose. And then the petroleum gas has to go in the bottom. So if we grab our oil refinery with basic oil processing, because I'm not going to be bothered setting that up. It could align beautifully like so. And then the rest of this does not need to happen anymore. And we can in fact maybe then change this around to go to the bottom line. Instead of the top line. Alright, so now we're gonna run out of pipes. That's expected. Of course, it's night. That's too far, is it? It's not too far. I can radar my way out of this for sure. Oh yeah, but we don't have power, right. Okay. So what do we need? We need a pump jack, we need a lot of underground pipes. I guess we just power this on the nuclear plant for now. We need a bunch of yellow belts to bring the stuff over. There's gonna be a yellow belt story. And we need not too much more garbage in our inventory here, or we'll be effed. All right. I guess let's figure out how this goes through the biter base then. Pipes fit. Then the question is, how does the power go? Sure, we can pretend that is how it works. Okay, these things actually have some like directional input. I guess we'll just align it so that it connects to the sulfuric acid straight up. I doubt that we're ever gonna mine that up. Alright, so it's powered. It's just missing the mining fluid. For the iron, however, I guess this connects us to the base again. I don't want that. That is connected. That should never be a problem, this pollution here. Then we just need to bring that out. Ideally, uranium lays on the bottom. But it doesn't need to. The belt is supposed to go here. Does it work? Yes. Okay, that's a coincidence. Alright, so we need more belts as well. Okay, I'm gonna forget some stuff. Pump jack. I need a single pump jack, a bunch of underground pipes, a bunch of belts. I think that's it. Miner will deplete in 535 hours. Did you also account for rare mining drills, big mining drills, and 20% productivity bonus? Or is that not included yet in the 525 hours? It sounds like it is probably. Get pump jack, pipes, and belts. I guess we can clean up this power line on the way back. Now that we're here, we might take down these guys as well with our laser turrets. Let's just do that real quick, because those guys are a bit too close as well. That should be a standard party. I just need to put my repair packs away, grab the laser turrets. Repair packs are away. I think I am using my good bots. Oh, that was bad. I slipped. Okay, go, 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 go. And mass destruction for that behemoth worm. Okay, thanks for repairing the pipes, I guess. Oh, that was easy. Now we just need to not die while we spend a couple walls. None of these connect to the grill again. Don't know what's going on with that. Okay, there's still acid. Let's not move around too much. Okay. Okay, that was it. Pick up the pipes, you have plenty for all the undergrounds. I still need the other stuff as well. I guess we'll grab a rare pump jack as well, since we put on rare big mining drills for the rest of the stuff. And I should have that in my home area. Okay, that is not good. We don't want this to be picked off. Maybe like sneak through. All right. I guess I want to get rid of this. Walls. Laser turrets all except 50. I think I left my 50 in this chest over here. No? Oh, I went to pick up my inventory, so I have to carry those again. Maybe time to put solar back in here. Extra roboports can go. I forgot to take my bots. Oops. I guess we're running back the same way. Alright, now the bots can grab all that stuff. What I need is a pump jack. I want to find it myself. Over here, alright. Pump jack, lots of underground pipes. Sure. Grab some more normals as well. Furnace is probably has not gotten placed either or something. I don't know what's going on with there. Let's keep that for now. Alright. That should give me enough space to carry the belts. I got yellow splitters and yellow undergrounds. Let's grab one more stack. And just a bunch of belts. That's alright. We have the good bots. Yeah, I kinda forgot them. How's artillery? Still 2k SPM. I have a feel. I just look at it and then I look at it like 30 minutes later. I feel it it hasn't moved, but it's moving at 2k SPM. It takes quite a while. Biolabs is going to be a great upgrade though once we go to Gleba. I again got caught by the North Sea. Is today the day we're finally getting artillery? No, it's only at 74%, so obviously we cannot finish that in one day. 3 hours though. We are just wasting time. We are getting nuclear power now. Get ready, if you weren't here for it, get ready for the most scuffed nuclear power plant you have seen. I'm gonna pick up my bots first though, before I even forget where I threw them in the chest. There was some weird expansion here. What was this one? I think it was this one. There are my bots. Alright. Okay, this is how it looks on the map. You might notice something weird about this nuclear power plant. It is powered by biters. Literally. I think biter bases should give neighbor bonus for nuclear power plants. What is your opinion on that? I think we should... It could even be considered a bug that they don't do that. A very brave point of view, let's call it like that. I guess this was an expansion with just a nest. Yeah, weird actually. There weren't worms around there either. Maybe it was a very early game expansion. And the initial biter, sometimes the expansion doesn't complete and the expanding biters are either despawned or they are triggered by something and just join the nest as regular biters. I don't know how that's your first question though. What do you think about these worms which are still alive all around here? Normal people would ask, how did I build this? Anyway. I hope I grabbed everything. I shouldn't be too long around here, because if I'm around here the biters are walking. If the biters are walking, they could decide some part of this planet is in their way. And if the temperature of the reactors happens to be wrong at that point, it could end very kaboomy and we could lose the achievement still. So I should stop talking, bring this belt over, and let the bots figure out the pipes. Yes, we're placing a yellow belt, 426 hours in the playthrough. Sue me. No, don't sue me. Ah, sue me, I don't care. Alright, so this needs to be a rare pump jack. And there need to be some modules in there. Because it's right next to another biter base. We're gonna go minus 78%. Alright. Bots, decoy turrets and patience. It kind of sums it up pretty well. It took 4 attempts. Of course. Okay, we've got oil and pollution right next to the biters. That should stay at 0. Yeah, we got 8 pollution a minute absorption from the forest and only 2 pollution a minute production, 2.2. So that is just never gonna exceed or spread. As long as nobody blows up that forest. I guess we'll do this. Alright, that is acceptable, I suppose. So now we've got petroleum gas. Which means we got sulfur, because we are leaching water off the nuclear plant. So we just need the iron plates to make sulfuric acid, and then we'll be mining uranium. So let's get that stuff on this belt. Too far to connect. Not for my red belts. Oh god, what? I forgot about that horrible mechanic. I'll hide it in the forest. Tell me I brought the pump. I brought the pump. It needs to go the other way though. It's the sulfuric acid. Sure. Alright. So I guess the ore is gonna go on the top. Throw green modules in there as well. This, yeah, we are basically, we are set. This is it. Everything should start working then. It would have been smart if I brought over some uranium. Like enriched uranium to kick off that Coverex over there. Actually, I need to bring that over, or it won't start. We won't be producing enough there. So yes, we'll be running back one more time. Nuclear is ready. Who can you believe it? We're ready to switch it on. I think I'll just connect power through there as well on the way back. Who cares? We have power lines going up there now anyway. All these old defunct belts. Carefully hand-placed, hand-chopped out for underground belts to go through. 49k uranium remaining. We had 69 rare shiny green rocks. We got 71 right now. Probably will not make it to 80. I don't know how I forgot how I set it up. Something with reading the level of uranium in here. So more than 100, including what is in crafting. So with 100 exactly, it should be good enough to start it up. I'll take another 100 just in case I'm wrong. Yeah, we got enough to start a rare Coverex. That means easy rare biolabs and rare captive biter spawners later on, if we need to. Finally, I don't get caught out by the North Sea. Actually, a little bit still. Oh, I don't have enough power poles on me, do I? I think we do. Power lines gotta look nice as well. So, how many more can I craft with what I have? 0, because it costs copper cable. I guess then that means that goes on there. 19, huh? Should be enough. Can we diagonal? Are we? Yeah, we can. Kind of. Perhaps future Mike will clean that up at some point. But that's not me. It's not my problem. Alright, it's connected to the base. Means the nuclear plant is kicking in. Charge back up the accumulators and whatnot. Solar power just decayed to 0. And we can start everything off. Production. So let's get it done. Automated fuel cell processing, the best setup you ever saw. It's gonna take a while for that iron ore to reach the end. So we could simulate it with some iron plates instead. Or I could rechat a bit maybe. Iron ore is on the same side. Alright. And we'll do what I anyway wanted to do. That is kinda dumb, but it will work. Guess I need a radar to keep an eye on both iron and uranium ore during the night. Right, so this is the amount of iron ore we get. Alright. So 100 to kick it off. There's 100 in here. If it starts crafting, it still reads 100 because it's in crafting. And once the extra one finishes, it is put in here. It still might need a little bit more to start up. Let's just kickstart it a bit. Right. I don't have iron ore on me. Let's just see if it works first. How long do we need to wait? A little bit. I'm standing here way too long. This thing is up to temperature 800 degrees. If I'm gonna fail the achievement because of this stupid nuclear power plant, I'm gonna blame chat. I didn't need this nuclear power plant at all. You guys all just gaslighted me into building one. We were perfectly fine with our solar panel and accumulator setup until we rebuilt yellow signs in the far future. We've got many things to do before that. It's all gonna be your fault, just so you know. Hey, that was my joke. I was gonna put it in the edit. When we reach 500 hours, I was gonna point out all the things we did in the first half hour of the game. Like colonize planets, build a mega base and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the worm in the center was the original idea. But the biter base just fits nicely. I don't know if Obsolete Alien's here, but he has made a mod with all kinds of stupid stuff. Mike Handy memes, which does things like lock fast inserters behind cryogenic signs, I believe. It also spawns a indestructible small worm somewhere in your starting area and a indestructible tree somewhere in your starting area. Rail signals and train signals are just non-existent, and more of that kind of things. I think one of the things should be biter spawners give neighbor bonus to nuclear reactors. That should be the newest addition, because This thing is gonna work now. Sulfuric acid is in the pipe. Where is my mining? Drill. Uranium ore is getting put onto the belt. Heck yeah. I mean, it's kind of a struggle to fill it up. 1.6 million ore coming out of there. Okay, now we gotta wait for the uranium ore to come in. Okay, I'm gonna speed it up a bit. So let's use the speed up mod. It's been a while. Let's see what is the maximum FPS we can still achieve. We're down to 160, 170, 180. Still 3 times game speed. It's about the same as it was. So this is basically a blue belt now. So this is basically a blue belt. I'm so fast with this blue belt stuff. Alright, there we go. This thing burning oil. The petroleum gas pipe is getting full. I guess that means the oil is being pumped fast enough. So I don't know how this thing is balanced. I just built one of everything and hoped it would be enough. I'm kind of curious what the fuel cell production is going to be out of this. Alright, we are arriving back to slow turtle speed. With the nuclear power plant full on. Now we're gonna have to wait for this thing to grab 10 uranium ore. Alright, good news. Let's see if the first one is a uranium-235. It will go with this inserter. Okay, it was a normal one. Alright. So we need, what, 19 of those. It could take a while. But then again, fuel cells 200 seconds and we are not using them all the time. Don't walk laps around the block over here. I should have brought some dark uranium to speed it up as well. The first... Alright, so this inserter is switched off unless there is at least 20 uranium in this machine. And there can only be 20 uranium in this machine if there is no uranium-235 in there. Otherwise it will go in crafting, and we're not including in crafting. So only when we're missing this, we are putting uranium-238 in here and starting Coverix enrichment. And this machine by itself will stop running if there's at least if there's more than 3 uranium-238 in here from the depleted fuel cells. Which should not happen because that means this is just backing up in here. So that's the way we're trying to do that. Alright, we got 9. I'll speed it up a bit more. See if this gets to 20. 6k SPM, yeah. You need concrete for this. I usually put one bell tile there, or a chest with one slot, but ground. This is like as bare bones as it gets. It's good to see that, I hope we don't get lucky here. It's good to see that we haven't been blown up yet by the biters nor the worms. They are screaming pretty loud in the background. Alright, 20, that means now the following ones should go in here. Or at least they should alternate from this point on. Okay, there we go. The first one is in there. Second one. How many do we need anyway? 5. Okay, so we need to get... I hope we don't get the shiny one. because that will start us off without starting Coverex. Okay, one more. This is purposely built to be stupidly slow. Coverex enrichment is in action. Read content and including crafting. So we should momentarily have 101 uranium-235 in here once it's finished. Because we get 41 out of there. Which means this inserter should work. As soon as we hit 100% in 3, 2, 1. Yes! And our first fuel cell. There we go. That's how it works. It's dumb. But it does the job. Right. Now it's the question, is this producing enough fuel cells or not? And that is a question which we'll probably answer in the next stream, because we're gonna need an hour of production or so, and I'm kinda out of battery now. It is so dumb. Alright, so we got how much? 1578 in there at the moment. It was 1568 before the first fuel cell got made. 1568. We're gonna tap that number on here and we'll see if the stocks go up or down. And now I'm gonna get my engineer behind out of here so the biters stop walking around and stop having a chance to get angry and eat up my stuff. Bye, I'm out of here. Dumbest nuclear setup ever built, achieved. I'm very proud of myself, and so is my mom, probably. Moms are always proud of you. Uh, 78% now, thanks to a bit of speed up as well, but yeah, it's a long project. 2.5 hours remaining. That means the next stream is extremely likely to be the one where we research artillery. What is left to do? Well, the stuff we should have been doing today is left to do. The steam plant is out of commission. That means pollution in the center should shrink a bit again, because we've been relying heavily on steam power for quite a while, and that is not very good for pollution. Alright, so now this should be more safe. These are all idle now. The worms are active because of the laser turret. But the biters are not active, and unless the biters get called to make an expansion group, they will remain inactive. And nothing should blow up ever. They will ignore bots, biters ignore bots, worms ignore logistics bots, and we don't have construction bots in here. Raiders are no longer military targets. I don't see what potentially could go wrong here. This is perfectly safe and nobody can convince me otherwise. And this is the best nuclear hexagon ever. All of the functions in there. I guess that should be the thumbnail for this episode in 6 months or something. Oh, look at that. We have just produced the second batch of 10 fuel cells. Products finished 2. Great stuff. This thing is... the inserter is barely fast enough to keep up. Slightly faster than the machine. Right, beautiful. Alright, so now we just have 80 fuel cells in here, but as soon as we start crafting the ones on this belt, yeah, 20 pieces on the belt. They will get inserted, and that will be faster than the 60 seconds it takes to do the enrichment. So we should still get the readout of 101 and put 1 uranium in here every time. I think it will work. It's switching on. I think that is going to be the... Let's save here. That might be the end of stream save. And that is a good outro screen. There's also a good intro screen. I don't know where to put it. Maybe zoom in a bit. Just the one biter base on there is fine. Right. Good stuff. No, not all the stuff that is rotationally symmetric in 4 directions is a swastika. Right, there goes the bots. I don't know if it's visible in the green light. It is a little bit too green and too bright. Right, so what is the stuff we actually were supposed to do today? Extend the coal mine. We didn't do it. Like the most hard limit resource we have on Norway's stone, we should have upgraded those mining drills with productivity modules, which we didn't do, and installed a new one, which we didn't do. But hey, it's all worth it in the end, because now we've got this thing legitimately built in survival mode, I was gonna say, but in just legitimately built. There is no survival in creative mode here. Somehow it was very nice to build that with the behemoth worms all around. 4 attempts, including the fine-tuning of the strategy to pull this all off, and then retreating without a trace, without the biters trying to attack everything again. Hopefully it will work out. This could go boom at any moment, theoretically, especially if I walk close by. So we are gonna try to keep away. It's located far enough from the base that it should be no problem. 2.5 hours to artillery. Hopefully by that time we're ready to get our behinds to Vulcanus. Quickly upgrade Purple Science to 2k SPM, because Purple Science is next. Like mining productivity 3 is probably on the menu for 1 million, just to keep us busy while we prepare the artillery stuff for Gleba and prepare to invade. There's gonna be a couple of exciting streams to follow after these few Norwegian busy therapy ones. Yeah, this is not creative, this is not editor mode, it is built legitimately. We have the achievement on here still, so... How much power? It's 960 megawatts, or actually 959 because the way this is wired up. Where we only put in a fuel cell as soon as we take out a depleted one, and that means if it's running continuously, there is a couple ticks where there is no fuel cell inside, so we have fractions of a megawatt less in the grand scheme of things. I mean, procrastination, not really. We need to wait for artillery before we can build artillery, and then we need to go to Gleba. We cannot start Gleban evolution before we are ready to deal with the Gleban enemies, so kinda was... We had to fill in the time somehow, and this was a nice project to do it with, though a bit premature, since we won't need it for probably 100 hours at least. But hey, at least we stopped using steam power, we stopped producing pollution, we stopped using oil to fuel steam power, and oil is actually a limited resource at the moment. So that is nice. Fulgora is going to be after Gleba. Once we unlock Productivity Module Mark III, I can get 1500 SPM out of Fulgora with the setup I have in mind instead of 900, which means it's almost on par with the rest of the science packs at 1800, just a little bit behind. So with a little bit of buffering we can get Fulgora to keep up without stocking up science like we are doing for military science, for example, and for yellow science at the moment. It is going to be horrible though because of my own limitation of not researching fast and further, as Fulgora must rely on trains at this scale at least. You're not botting your way out of this one with some crappy islands like I did in the new player experience. There's going to be trains, and unloading and loading trains is going to be a pain, with rare long-handed inserters with stack size 1 being my fastest option. I guess we can direct mine into wagons at least, but unloading them is going to be harsh. I'm not going to go for epic quality on Gleba. It's 5 million signs, which means 25 hours of research, which could be spent towards just finishing the game. So I don't think we're going to go that way. Same for the mech armor, unfortunately. That's just not in the cards. Perhaps if this base continues beyond, if it goes mega base, it would be kind of cool to build a mega base on 1000 times science, because that is a huge early game hurdle to overcome to get all the discounts from the infinite researching tax. I'm not sure if it's plausible yet. It might be too slow. Yeah, I could do a dozen mini bases, but I built 4 of those same module makers on Gleba this already, and I did not really enjoy the process of repeating the same build over and over again. It was not very interesting to watch, I think. Okay, now we got 100 SPM. Now we just gotta build this 18 times. Yay! So no, we're gonna try to just build a massive island and somehow make it work with the 24 belts of scrap that we need. We'll see how that goes. We have blue belts now, so we might be able to compress those 28 belts into what is it? 16, I think. 16 blue belts. That could save space, although it does not solve the unloading, the train unloading issue. I did not research circuit network either. It's on the same level of priority as fast inserter. So I cannot really do complex circuit setups besides reading wire conditions and just one thing. This is very slow. Do we already have an idea? Fuel cell. 1 hour. This looking promising. Look, the last 20 minutes. Looks like we're spending 8 fuel cells every 15 minutes or so. And we have made 40, so it looks it's fast enough. Looks like it is fast enough. We've got... Yeah, this number is going up as well. I'll probably increase the amount that goes in these chests at some point, but not now. Alright. That's all for today. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I'll see you all next time.